Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome to Soul Calibur 2, one of the best fighting games ever created. Not the best fighting game ever created, of course, that is Smash Bros. 64. Yeah, I think the original Smash Bros. Is better. I preferred it when it was more floaty, and before there was air dodging in it, and they massively expanded the roster, which I think damaged the game balance. That's just me. But we're not talking about Smash Bros. Today, we're talking about Soul Calibur 2, which is an excellent little fighting game itself as well. Let's get stuck into this, shall we? So Soul Calibur had a lot of things that you might expect from a fighting game. It had, an arcade, time attack survivals, multiplayer practice, etc. However, the interesting thing about Soul Calibur 2, and the reason I occasionally do nip back into it, is the Weapon Master mode, which interestingly, I can't find a way to restart. So I literally just had to restart the console just to take out the memory card and put a different memory card, because otherwise I couldn't find any flipping way to start a new Weapon Master mode, and I'd made loads of progress, because I'm at a really high level in my original save file from years ago. So, Weapon Master mode, chosen by history. A man becomes a warrior. Engraved into history of warrior. That was way too fast for me to bloody read. That's Soul Edge, by the way. It's a sword. Basically, there's this sword. Okay, here we go, sorry. Countless legends surround the sword known as Soul Edge. Some claim it to be the ultimate weapon. Others refer to it as the Sword of Heroes. Phantom sword with immeasurable power of the... How could I possibly have read that fast, game? Storm born from human hands came to life and began devouring souls after bathing in human blood countless times. Around the same time, a spirit sword called Soul Calibur Misters. Bloody hell, you have got some really high opinions of our ability to read. Look, there's this sword. It's sort of two swords. Soul Calibur and Soul Edge, they're sort of the same thing. Soul Calibur's the good one, Soul Edge is the evil one. People go looking for it for various reasons, because they always want the bloody sword. It's actually kind of odd that they want the bloody sword that much, because it doesn't matter what problem you've got in the Soul Calibur universe, you solve that problem with a bloody great sword. You want to conquer the world? You go get a sword. You've got a sick sister who's dying of something? You go get a sword. You forgot to turn the oven off this morning? You go get a sword. In fact, I'm kind of curious, even if the sword were to make you completely invincible and able to kill every single person, if you had the sword of immortality and killing anyone, would you actually be able to wipe out all of humanity? See, that's the thing I'm curious about. If I could just go around, because there's 6-7 billion people in the world, if I were to go around, if I could kill anyone I wanted to, wouldn't humanity be able to repopulate itself faster than I can kill off humanity? I'm basically just on a fool's errand. I can't win. I can't wipe out the world and take it over with that one sword. Just because I can't be everywhere at once. It's just one sword. That's the problem with Soul Edge right there. Anyway, this is the GameCube version, and that's important because each version of this game had special characters, depending on which console you had it on. And you've probably already noticed the one I'm interested in down there. That's right, it's Link. We got Link from The Legend of Zelda on the GameCube version. I'm trying to remember, I think the PS2 version got someone from Tekken. It's also worth noting rather hilariously that the Xbox version, if I recall correctly, got Spawn, because at that point in the Xbox's development, the Xbox didn't have a single kind of iconic character that could be brought in for an Xbox exclusive, so they just had to use Spawn. Poor old Xbox. This was the very early days of the Xbox. They didn't really have an... I guess they had Master Chief, but he didn't really fit into this universe because he used guns, so... Unfortunately, they just didn't have anyone, so they just had to bring Spawn into the Xbox version. But Nintendo, we got flipping Link. Chapter 1, the Regulus Proving Grounds. So, you stood before the entrance of the Proving Grounds of the land of Regulus, famous for its skilled swordsman. You predicted that your journey to find the legendary ultimate sword Soul Edge would likely be a difficult one. Therefore, you travelled to Regulus in order to polish your fighting skills before setting off on the quest. After passing through the gate, you found a man standing before you, blocking your path. Halt! You who seek mastery of the way of the warrior, we have no interest in those who lack potential. First, you must prove your worth. It seemed you had to fight this man to prove your strength and determination. Seeing you take hold of your weapon without a moment's hesitation, the man grinned and said, "Well, looks like we've got a lively one here. Good! I think this one's got some promise." So yes, there was a story mode. But even though it was a story mode, obviously every single bit of the story basically involved you beating up someone and them trying to beat you up. There was no real, there was no talking around it. People complain in Fallout 4. Everything leads to violence and there's not enough RPG elements. They should play Soul Calibur 2. Literally everything ended up in a sword fight. It was almost surreal, actually. So I've skipped the first training mission because that literally just tells you the controls. And instead we head on to the Bulwark Ruins with our trainer, who's mysteriously, the game calls him Edgar, but it's not Edgar, it's actually a named character who's part of the roster of characters, but never mind, hey. So, having completed the basic training, we're now going to the Bulwark Ruins. After half a day's walk, you arrive at the crumbling rampart. This defensive wall was created during a war here in Regulus. At the same time, this proving ground was built to train soldiers. Our predecessors claimed victory using the skills they honed in this place. Today, we train here with diligence to honour that history. Pathetically, there are many who cannot handle the training and leave satisfied with their half-learned skills, only to lead lives as bandits and thieves. Looks like they've come out to welcome us. You too were aware of the 3 figures that were watching you from a distance. Grinning, Edgar turned to you and said, "It's been a while since you've had a chance to go wild and show off what you've got. With your training, these guys shouldn't pose much of a threat. We'll just call this part of your training too." I'm the bloody hero of time, mate. I'm Link. And by the way, Link was like the best character. He was way better than what the other versions added. And taking on, well, I'm supposed to take on just a random thief, but obviously that is Kilik. But, you know, apparently we'll just kind of overlook that fight, because we will be fighting that man again repeatedly, no matter how many times we beat him. But it'll be called different things. Yeah, there's Kilik with his massive little staff. Link was great. He had a sword that you could kind of use, but he had all sorts of projectile weapons too. So he could just do a big stab. He had his boomerang there. Yep, screw you. Oh yeah, good dodge, screw you. He had some really nice throws. And once you threw him, he had, what did he have? Oh yeah, he had his, oh, he managed to avoid that. He had bombs as well. I mean, crucially, Link had like all of his abilities from the from Legend of Zelda. He did like backflips and forward throws. He had his boomerang, he had bombs, he had a bow and arrow, though some of his projectiles weren't the best thing. The way it worked was you often had to beat 3 people in a row, but like you only got a bit of your health back later. So you had to be like a little bit careful. So I only had 1 life, but they had loads of lives. Okay, now if I can, the thing is, there was a really good way of doing an upward juggle if we're lucky. This kind of upward stab was really quite good. If you get lucky and get them in caught in a juggle, there we are. Screw you. Get you from behind. Oh, oi, oi, grab you. And I think she's a bit weaker. His kind of charge and stabby attack was quite good as well for knocking people to the ground. Get a bit of health back there. And one more. It's Raphael. It's, what's the other one? He's thinking actually the other one's Raphael. So the third person. Oh, no, it's not. It's, I can't even bloody remember what his name was. Maxi! That's it. Alright, let's just do a... There you go. Oh, he dodged it too, you get. We'll just kick him a bit. I think these guys have deliberately got kind of, ooh, screw you, right, charge up, and, ooh, oh, I'm almost dead. I need to be, ouch. One of the great things about this game is, before the fight begins, you can press A to do a taunt. But Link can't speak, so his taunt is always, yeah, it's lovely. There we go, a little bit more careful we actually did this time. Link is marvellous. So, for winning a fight, you get a bit of experience and a bit of gold. And obviously that done, we could move straight on to the next area, or we could go to the shop, because that's what this mode is all about, that you can buy new weapons for your characters as you go along, which I think is really quite lovely. So I could buy the Razor Sword. So let's have a look see at that. We've purchased the Razor Sword. And the nice thing about Link was, of course, all of the weapons were from previous Zelda games. So the Razor Sword you'll recognise from Majora's Mask. That was the weapon that you could buy as a temporary kind of double damage dealing weapon, but it broke. You needed to get the gold dust from the Goron racers to kind of make it a permanently improved sword. So anyway, now we can do that and we can select this sword. So we've got our Master Sword as a basis, or we could have the Razor Sword. So now we can figure out what it's good for. So it's shorter than normal, but does more damage, and you take damage even when you're guarding. You know what? Higher attack power in the early stages is probably worth it. We may as well switch over to that. And of course, you can actually see that. That's how it's actually all looks. So with that in hand, we can move on to the Warrior's Trial Ground. After much rigorous training, it was time for the final challenge. If you succeeded in passing this test, you'll be recognised as a full-fledged warrior. Ooh, so combat between the disciples themselves. No restrictions, no special conditions, only those who made good use of what they'd learned and arose victorious. Alright, fair enough. So I've now got to take on Minerva. That's not Minerva, that's Talim. But yeah, all the characters, even ones you've seen before, just constantly show up again with new names. It's really quite odd. But okay, we've got to clear the enemy to clear the trial. Now, how many do I have to beat in a row? Is it just Talim? Or is it more than one person? It is just Talim. Okay, so charge in. Ooh, okay. Talim's actually one of my favourite characters. All right, backflip away. Ooh, there we are. Quick kick. And, oh, she's trying to, there we go. Ooh, back off. Get in a kick. Kick to the fastest. But Talim's a really fast character. Oh, no, we managed to just stab her in the face. Lovely. Alright, that was actually easier than the challenge. And a new feature has been unlocked. I've gone up level. I've got some experience and tons of gold. Beautiful. Class up. New feature. What is the new feature? I've got myself the Lakeside Coliseum. So yeah, that's just a new stage that's been unlocked normally. So you go through story mode, you unlock new stuff in multiplayer. All pretty standard fighting game stuff. But now we move on to the next section. So, roads, the new area has appeared. So there we are. Regulus is all complete. And we can move on to Tuban, which is lovely. Obviously, we're, ultimately heading over to the very far side of the map. But things get harder as you go along. The nice thing is, of course, even though we're supposed to be going on Link's journey, you can just change character anytime you want. So you should head east past the land of Tuban, advises Edgar. Thanks, Edgar. That's very, very useful. And there we are, Minerva, or Talim, who we just beat. She's also searching for Soul Edge, because everyone's bloody searching for Soul Edge. Everyone wants the sword. It's especially odd for Link, because he starts off with the Master Sword, but he's in a real hurry to get rid of the Master Sword to upgrade to any other sword he can get his hands on, and then ultimately wants Soul Edge. I mean, you'd think Link spends all his time bloody trying to find the Master Sword. He's got the Master Sword. What does he want? Oh, he wants another sword. I think Link's just bloody fussy. Even though you yourself are going on this great hero's journey, there's nothing to stop someone just kind of subbing in for you at one point or other. So it'd almost be remiss of me not to play as some of the other classes, because Soul Calibur's got a brilliant little lineup. I always personally like Talim, and I think Talon was the one I used to kind of do best at. I kind of used to know a lot of Talon's moves, so I've probably forgotten them all now. Voldo! Let's use Voldo for a bit, even though I know nothing about Voldo. I do not know any of Voldo's moves. He's only got those at the minute. Let's see if we can get Voldo any better weapons here. Does he have any good weapons? He has got some things. Yeah, let's buy him some scissors. I think we can totally buy some scissors for Voldo. Voldo's wonderful, and by wonderful I mean sort of terrifying and horrific. So we've got those. What do these do? Higher attack power, drains health, as in drains my health. Excellent, I always want a weapon that drains my health. Let's try and do a ferry by using Voldo. Land 20 hits on the enemy and survive the round. Actually, you know what? This is where actually the multiple characters come in really, really useful. Because what you ultimately want is you just want the character who kind of suits the style best. And Link, by coincidence, happens to suit this very well. Because Link has a very rapid-fire kind of thrusting attack on him, which will therefore be what we want to be using. So, let's go to the ferry and land 20 hits. Oh, I'm actually taking on Voldo anyway. Apparently Voldo's running the ferry that we need to get across. Alright, fine. Let's go creepy, weird, gimp man's ferry services. Always good. So, all I need to do is land 20 hits on the enemy and survive. And that's okay, because we've got ourselves this here thrusting thing. So, and... oh, come on. There we go. And just another one of those will do nicely. And there... oh, he's fighting back a little bit. Lovely. There we go. That massive thrusting attack makes that very easy to do. So we're well clear of what we needed to do. Voldo, creepy, weird, flipping, somersaulting gimp man is defeated. And that means he shall take us over the river, I think. Hooray! And we move straight on to the village of Arcade. So, strong gusts constantly push you and prevent you from stopping at the edge of the stage. Okay, so basically, there is ring outs in Soul Calibur 2, so if you get too close to the edge, there will be ring outs. Be careful. So after crossing the river and heading east, you come across a small village. Judging from the fishing nets hanging dry in the sun, this was a fisherman's village. Commotion in the village square piqued your interest, so you head over to take a look. There you found young people of the village engaged in a test of strength. They fought one-on-one on a wooden scaffold. A champion eventually emerged, but just when you thought the hubbub would subside, the crowd's excitement grew. You look around to find the source of the commotion, only to realise that you were the cause. The villagers had learned that you were from Regulus. They pushed you up onto the scaffolding without giving you a chance to speak, which is good because I'm Link, so I don't really do much in the way of that. You find yourself facing the young champion. You didn't notice when you were down on the ground, but up on the scaffolding, the wind is strong, and indeed, just like we know, we've got strong wind. Okay, so that one's just anyone who can move people around the battlefield nice and easy would be a good pick for this. You know what? Let's get Ivy out. Ivy's one of the favourite characters. It would almost be sad if we didn't use Ivy at one point or other. I don't know any of Ivy's attacks, but basically, you know, there's horizontal slashes on A, kicks on X, and big vertical attacks tend to be a bit more powerful. There we are. She just yells dance there. Right, yes, that's fine. Hello, Ivy. Text box, you're kind of getting in the way of the entire point of Ivy there. Now we've got to take on Yun Sung. Alright, and let's see what she does. Okay, big horizontal attack. And if I remember correctly, her throws are great. No, let me get a throw in. Oi! There we are. Lovely. And that's going to ring him out. Excellent. All I needed to do was get him close to the end, and I succeed. Beautiful. Basically, yeah, this is just a case of get a throw. Yep, there we go. Ivy. Ivy's famous for her swordsmanship there. And this is where Soul Calibur 2 gets a bit more interesting. Rather than it just being a bunch of interconnected fights, there's actually a flipping dungeon system in this that works kind of like an old-fashioned dungeon. So I'm going to switch back to Link, because I actually know what I'm flipping doing with Link. So let's get Link back up here and see if I can buy anything more kind of decent quality for Link. Now I've got a fair bit of money going on here. So we've got, the Armo series. Could buy that. Is there anything else that sounds more interesting? No, nothing yet at least. More weapons become available, and obviously you've got to be able to afford them too. But let's just buy these. Beautiful. That's from... Which one's that from? That's from one of the early games, because I don't recognise that immediately, and I'm more familiar with everything after kind of the N64 series. I think that's one of the very early games. Let's have a look-see at it anyway. That is attack power increases during soul charge, lower defense. Now, that doesn't sound that good. I'll stick with the razor sword, I think. So if you go into a dungeon, and this is a mine that was poisoning the local villagers, so they've asked you to take care of it. We go into here. So that's the entrance, and then we just move along this little map. We go in here, navigate through the enemy-infested dungeon, defeat the boss. So you've got to find the boss. And there's actually branching paths in here as well. So sometimes you can find, like, special bonus weapons at the edges of paths. But, like, that's not the boss. And I think you, same rules as before. I imagine you get a little bit of your health back, but not all of it back. So we're fighting Taki here. And, right, running for a big attack. There we are. Just wait for her to get up and see if we can juggle her. Yep. Link's good at aerial juggling as well, which is quite good. Oh, screw you. And quick kick to finish her off. Ouch. Oh, into the water you go. Screw you. Now, do I get some of my health? Yeah, I'm going to get some of my health back, but it wouldn't be all of it. Get gold, but not experience. I'll just get a big dump of experience at the end there. So, we've won that fight. And now, yeah, the next room becomes available. So, we've got to do all of this in a row. And I'm guessing if you, like, get down to almost 0 health, you'd only get... Sometimes you get, like, half or a third of your health back. So you've basically just got to defeat the same enemy over and over. Oh, it's actually known. Sometimes it's not. Looks like in this case that's... Oh, I hate Maxi. Maxi's a jerk. Maxi was the guy I sometimes have trouble with because he's got a lot of really fast attacking moves very quickly. Maxi's really annoying to fight. But okay, let's just move in and see if we can get him up. Yeah, we are. Let's see if we can juggle him. There we are. And juggle. Oh, there we are. Oh, blimey, Links. Okay, get the horizontal swings a bit faster. Beautiful. There we are. He's down nice and quick there. In dungeons, of course, enemies are a little bit like less powerful. They're a bit slower. They've got less defense. They don't hit quite as hard because you're taking on loads of them in a row. So a bit unfair if they were tough. Oh, because this is a really simple dungeon, actually. So yeah, this is literally just 3 rooms in a row. I'm pretty sure if you lose, you have to go and do the whole thing again. That seems fair. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Ah, okay, and we've got Yoshimitsu as the dungeon boss. But again, they've kind of given him a completely different name there. So we've just got to defeat Yoshimitsu, and that will solve the problem of poison in the mine. Yeah, Yoshimitsu's a bit weird, by the way. Him and Voldo hang out at weekends and discuss being bloody creepy. What the bloody... Oh, I walked straight into that. Oh, I'm walking into all of theirs. Right, let's see if we can just throw him out, by the way. There we are. Oh, get attacking. Oh, blimey, he just managed to get around me there. Oh, I'm having my arse utterly handed to me. Okay. Welcome to the boss. Mission failed. Now, do I have to do the whole thing again, or can I skip straight to the boss? I can't remember. This will be a good way to find out. No, I can actually skip straight to the boss again. I have cleared out that room. So I could actually even change character at this point if I wanted to. But I'm probably best with Link, so let's try this again. Alright, just go for the stab, stay away from him, take the easy chances. He's flying. I think he might have just... Yes, he did indeed just ring himself out. Hooray! And we have now... Okay, so Yoshimitsu is now selectable. So actually, I didn't even notice he wasn't there at the minute. Characters also become available in the story mode by beating them as boss fights. Lovely. Yoshimitsu's really hard to use, by the way. And on to the next area too. So you've got simplified, but you've also got more complex engines. They get really complex later. So the boss was defeated in front of their eyes. The miners looked as though they would attack at any moment. Cherot stepped forward and silenced them. I'm guessing Cherot is the name Yoshimitsu's just using today. You idiots! Just how much more do you plan to embarrass me today? He promised to provide an antidote to the fishermen and agreed to discuss the situation. Your mission to mediate their dispute was a complete success. The rest was up to them. And it seemed that Cherot took quite a liking to you, even as you hurried to leave. Practically dragged you back and insisted that you and the people of the fisherman's village join him with a feast. and the next morning you bid farewell to everyone and head out east through the opposite side of the mine. You catch sight of Bennignatch in the distance and can feel the change in the atmosphere. Performers and travellers on the road increased in number. You could hear the voices of the peddlers among the noise in the crowd. It was clear that Bennignatch was a thriving, bustling city, but I'm going to guess that rather enjoying the festival, I am just going to end up beating the hell out of literally everyone there, aren't I? But first though, keep an eye on the weapons that become available for Link, because I like that. So we'll buy ourselves, ooh, a cane. Excellent, that's very cool. Is that from Oracle of Seasons? I think it might be, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see what that one is like. Apparently I've missed one somehow or other. Harder to break horizontal attacks with your vertical attacks. Health recovers during soul charge. And defense increases during soul charge. Okay, so this is basically the soul charge weapon. You know what? I'll use that just to show off soul charging, because I haven't really been bothering to do that so far. And if I'm going to be taking on multiple enemies, that can be quite useful. So you cannot hold your footing at the edge of the stage to defeat the enemy with a ring out. Okay, there we are. So what's the official story for why the hell I have to beat everyone up at the moment? You saw a lone puppeteer crying out in frustration. A crowd of people had gathered to watch the out-of-control mechanical puppet. Okay, so I've got to toss a mechanical puppet that's out of control off the edge of an arena. Of course I flipping do. Ah, yes, Charade. Charade, I believe, is not playable at all. This is just a character you kind of take on a few times in the... Ah, Link looks so not threatening with that thing there. But okay, Charade basically acts as a different character does. You can tell who it is by his mannerisms and weapons. And in this case, it's, well, it's blatantly just Voldo. And there he goes straight on out. That's a really easy mission. I remember that one from the first time I played this years ago. All you need to do is lure him to the end and just toss him straight off with a throw, and there he goes. Beautiful. You can actually technically, if you know exactly kind of where a throw is going to go, which angle, if you grab someone from which angle they end up being thrown, you can kind of cheat this game really, really easily just by basically getting ring outs to every single fight, but I tend to avoid doing it because it's a little bit cheap. Oh no, Charade is now selectable. How does Charade work then? I honestly thought Charade was just a single player enemy, just to kind of keep you guessing who you were fighting if you couldn't figure it out, because sometimes if he's holding a sword, it's very bloody hard to figure out who he's actually taking on. So there we are. Yeah, we do indeed have Charade available. What weapon does he use? Oh, he doesn't. I think Charade is just literally, if you basically, Charade is a polite way of saying random. If you just want to be playing as a random person every single fight, then you can just play Charade, and that's nice, isn't it? So yeah, 3 more characters to unlock over the course of the thing, and now we've actually got a choice. You can either head to this here temple. So we're at a bar outside a temple, and a man carrying an enormous amount of luggage was surrounded by a group of drunks. You plan to avoid trouble, but then their leader kicked your table out from under you. Not your style to just keep quiet after such treatment. You drew your weapon and dragged him outside. So we can either beat up someone in a temple, where throws are more effective, or we can head the other way and head to a gambling den, where you receive heavy damage when you're knocked against the ground or wall, so defeat the enemy into this condition. So basically, again, you just want to knock people to the ground as much as you can, because you take more damage that way. Well, Link's actually quite good at that, because he can knock people up into the air with kind of big vertical slices quite easily. So that seems like a good thing for Link to do. So, we are. It's Minerva. It's flipping Minerva. She's back again. I wonder if it's technically supposed to be the same Minerva as Talon that we've actually got. So all I need to do is use my kind of big vertical hits to knock her up. If I can just land a couple of them, and I won't necessarily be able to all the time, but if I can just land a couple of them, that should be pretty easy victory. So knock her. Oh, there we are. Hang on. No. There we are. No. Ouch. Okay. Oh no. Come on, Link. There we are. Keep her going up. There we are. And she is a bit tougher than the last time we fought her, minds. There we are. Kick and... Oh! The rules for when you do and don't get hit are... There we are. Let's regain some health there. You just saw some regaining of health there. And knock out with a hit to the ground. Yeah, when she doesn't explode against the ground is a little bit unclear. You saw that I pressed Z to activate my soul charge, which what it does is it basically makes you a little bit more powerful. But if you've got weapons that specialize in soul charge, like this thing, then you can go, you can do things like have better defense, have better, have a bit of healing. Having a bit of healing is really useful if you're taking on multiple enemies. Not so useful otherwise. So, anyway, we can now head straight on to the harbour if we wanted to. But obviously, you basically pick whichever fight you want to do. Or you can just do all of them. Now I've kind of shown that off. I imagine, unless I'm going up against multiple enemies in a row, I'm going to go back to the Razor Sword for now. Because generally I just want to maximise power, to be honest. So let's see if we can beat up these drunks. Was it one drunk or is it multiple drunk? Let's find out. So we're taking on Raphael. And indeed, there we are. You've got the Legend of Zelda theme in the background there. That's lovely. They even had a bit of Zelda music. Link was just the best bonus character. The GameCube version was so much better. Link was a really fun character to play. Not necessarily the strongest character, but a fun one. So we've got Raphael here. And sweep in for a big... Ooh! Okay, screw you. And, I think he just deflected me there. I've not even had a hit on him yet. Going for a grab. Oh, he's tough. And then... There we are. Let's see if we can juggle him. There we are. Quick stab. And just a quick... Finish him off with a quick kick. The quick attacks. Just finish him off with a quick kick. And lovely. Beautiful. He was very, very nimble for a man who was supposedly drunk there. Big pile of experience in gold. Class up to a gold neophyte. Lovely. And that obviously is the other way that I could get down there. But this opens up a secret area. Subchapter. The Sacred Treasure. I'm not sure why have I got a Sacred Treasure. I just beat up a drunk in a temple, but now I'm after a Sacred Treasure because Link has a short attention span. So let's go into this here temple. This might be a more complex temple. Oh yeah, this is listed as a more complex temple. Oh dear. So it's a booby trap dungeon, and I've got to defeat the boss as well. Okay. Clear signs of people inside. So in this case, I'm taking on other treasure hunters. I just have to beat them to the boss. Valuable artifacts often found inside these sorts of ruins. Okay, so this is probably going to be the first with a proper branching path then. So there's the entrance, room number 1. Let's see how tough this is all going to be. And remember to use my focus thing all the time. Because, is that Astaroth in his alternate costume? Yeah, big lad with an axe. That'll be Astaroth. He's not actually that much tougher than anyone else. The game's very well balanced. He just looks quite tough. BS. Oh no, is that Astaroth? Oh no, it's just a generic berserker. Fine. He's got very big reach though. He's slow, but he's got big reach. There we go. And okay. Oh, careful. He probably hits quite hard, mine. And yes, he telegraphs his attacks pretty well. And then just kick him a bit, kick him a bit, kick him a bit, kick him a bit. Quickly do a heal. You see. If when he's gone down, you can do a quick little focus at the end, you can get a tiny bit of health back on top of what the game gives you. Lovely. So no experience yet. And we can just move on here. So I'm guessing we're taking on nothing but berserkers. So I've just got to get used to their fighting style, which is slow, they hit hard, but be really, really careful. And is that just more berserkers? He looks a bit smaller, actually, somehow. He's like the berserker. He's only at half health. I'm guessing they're going to get a bit tougher as the fight goes on. I thought he was going to walk into that then. No! Don't bring me out! Damn you! Boo! Admittedly, there doesn't seem to be any punishment to losing, because you don't seem to lose any progress, but never mind, eh? Link's also in the Stone Temple, which I feel like that should be kind of Link's home. Like, the Stone Temple is the sort of location Link would go to in his normal games, though, in fact, Majora's Mask had the Stone Tower Temple. I can't remember a game that actually had, like, a straight-up Stone Temple, but alright, fine. Charge in, and come on, just get a few hits in, there we are. And can we get a... that's a nasty throw mind. Ouch. Okay, get a... There we... darn it. He's gonna hit me hard with a stick. Right. Do a thing. And get a throw in. No, he got the throw in. Balls. I'm losing health fast. Right. Knockout. Get a tiny bit... No, I didn't get any health back there. I'll get a little bit back now. But we still managed to beat him. Next fight will be harder. Right, another one of these lads to take out. Now this time, probably don't charge into him quite so much. There we are. Just got it. If I can get a throw in. I'm not sure if he even can be thrown. I can throw him. Get a throw in, ring him out. Beautiful. That's the way to do it. If you're ever in trouble, just go for the ring outs. They're very easy to manipulate in this game. And now the berserkers are now up to full health. But back into a corner and grab him. And off he goes. So long, loser. You see, this is... if you want to enjoy Soul Calibur 2, you've kind of got to avoid manipulating the throws and the ring outs. Because it's just too bloody easy to just kick everyone out of the ring this way. There he goes. Off he goes again. Admittedly, in dungeons, it's kind of useful. Because, if you're just taking on berserkers over and over again, it's just nice to be able to just skip the berserkers occasionally until you get something a bit more useful. Aha! A branching path. Lovely. I'm going to go this way because it feels like this isn't the right way to go. So I kind of want to know what the reward at the optional path's going to be. That could be fun. Okay, so having worked my way around, I think I've just kind of taken a bit of a long path round, to be honest. But I have at least found this one room that doesn't have any other exits, which suggests if I win in here, there's going to be something special. Come on, come over here. Come on. Yeah, I know you can beat me up all you want, but sooner or later I'm going to get a throw in, all right? There you go, and off you go. Lovely. And that has provided me with a unique weapon, but unfortunately not a unique weapon for Link. A new weapon for Raphael. Oh, good, an invisible berserker. Well, that's fine. I wonder if I'm just going to be able to throw him anyway. Yep, you can. One other fun thing about this game is most of the fights begin with just the narrator just kind of mumbling something.
The Almighty Ones have granted you a sword to cut your own path.
Generally, like, they're things that are supposed to, like, sound sort of profound, but don't actually mean anything, is the general rule of the game. Right, back over, come over it, come over it, come over it, come over it. There you go. He was the best berserker of all. Another extra room gets me an extra pair of weapons for Talon, which is quite good because I like Talon. This is Ganondorf's new plan, by the way. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to bore Link to death by making him fight the same villain in the same way about 20 times in a row. The strange thing is, of course, if you don't do it this way, these guys are actually quite tough. They really do hit like a brick. And, oh, they can, by the way, the risk about ringing out, the risk about the ringing out strategy is they can ring you out just as bloody easily. But because there's no actual penalty for failure, it's one of the strange things about Soul Calibur 2. It's a great fighting game, but especially in multiplayer, you have to just basically agree not to go for ring outs and to stick in the middle. Because otherwise it just turns into just a fight of who can get the first throw in. Ah, here we are. We finally got ourselves a boss. I'm wondering if it's just going to be another bloody bigger golem thing, or if it's actually going to be something a bit more interesting. Nope, it's a berserker. Well, it does appear to be the same bloke, so okay. Let's see if we can use the exact same tactics on him. Let's just back off. What? What? What is happening? And there we are. Oh, this could be it. Yay! It worked. A new feature has been unlocked for blatantly cheating my way through this dungeon. Link has got a bit mental there. The game has unfortunately paused during the earthquake event, so Link's gone a bit mad. And we have got extra okay, so we've just unlocked an extra kind of team battle mode. Okay, we've unlocked a different mode there. Lovely. Anything else, like a sword for Link? He's kind of in this for the sword. Ah, but we've got a new weapon for Link, one I'm very familiar with. From Ocarina of Time, the Megaton Hammer. Yep, Link can totally be purchasing that. Beautiful. Now, what does that one do? That is, let's have a look, see. Shorter reach, higher attack power, easier to break horizontal attack with your own. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with a flipping hammer. That seems like a good idea. And let's go to finish off and go to what appears to be the final section of Chapter 3, this here harbour. So the enemy's weapons have poison, so you will go numb if you're damaged. Defeat all the enemies under this condition. Okay, so we have to take on a few enemies in a row. Alright, let's try it once with the hammer, but if we have difficulty, then we may have to go back over to the staff so I've got some healing on, because healing's really powerful in this game. So anyway, let's also find out technically why I'm beating up these people. Having spent the day wandering around the port, you two headed for an inn for a hot meal and a room for the night. You woke in the night shivering from the cold, your head throbbed, there was a large bump on the back of your head. You quickly surveyed your surroundings and it was clear that you were no longer in your room at the inn. It appeared to be the inside of a ship. You'd been sold as a slave. Okay. Definitely worth beating up the slavers then. Lovely.
Versus Maxi.
Oh, not bloody Maxi again. So, he's poisoned. I've got to not get hit, otherwise I'll go numb. So I'm guessing that's like paralysis? I'm not sure. Lovely. I like the port in a cave map, by the way. That's one of the prettier ones. So I've got a big hammer this time. I've got to take on 4 people. Bloody hell. Right, Maxi. Get you over there. And let's go for it again. Oh, not quite. Oh. Okay, we got to be careful of weapon damage here. And just go for the quick hit. There we are. Okay, we'll get our health back there. Maxi goes down, not too bad. Megaton Hammer's pretty powerful. It can hammer its way through people. I like the Megaton Hammer. I like it a lot. Alright, next up is it Ivy next?
It's time to die.
I'm sure it is Ivy. But in all fairness, no one seems to die in this game because me and you are going to fight you. Oh, yeah, I forget she's got the bloody extendo sword. There we are. Oh, shouldn't have won into that one. Oh, you actually can do a little thrust with the sword there. Right, do a kick. Oh, go for the. Oh, she got the throw on me. The sort of the dominatrix throw. Oh, she's kicking my ass. Okay, go for the. Oh, she got it again. Oh, no. This is going very badly. Ivy's tough. Ouch. Okay, I've got to be careful of her. Right. I've changed over to the healing weapon. I feel like I'm going to need it. Now, the unfortunate thing is I can't just do the throwing them in the sea kind of trick this time. That only works when there's one enemy, because you can just restart if it goes wrong. But because they could just as easily knock me into the sea as vice versa, it can go a bit wrong. I might try it with Maxi just to kind of demonstrate. Oh, there we are. Let's see if we can just knock him far enough. And, oh, yeah, there we are. Oh, no, 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 not the paralysis, not the paralysis. And that's going to knock him the wrong way. There we are. And, oh, no, 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 too close to the edge, too close to the edge. Off you go. Right, get a bit of health back if I can. But I'm going to have to rely on, yeah, the game giving me some health back there. All right, back to full health. Ivy's the tricky one. I feel like I probably ought to go for a throw with her. If I can go for the ring out with her, that's probably a good idea. Right, over here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, no, the paralysis is bad. And, oh, yeah, that's a good stab right there. And there we go. Kick. And, oh, she did well to avoid that one. Get a kick in. Get her go for the throw. Oh, she's got... Oh, no, that was my throw. And there we go. Beautiful. Get myself a little bit of defense there. Full up health. All right, going well. Is that Voldo up next? And then Cervantes, I think, is fine. In fact, Cervantes, I don't think I've seen on the character select screen, so I think he's next. Oh, yeah. There's Voldo. Voldo's really hard to read, because his moves don't make any bloody sense. We'll go for a throw. Oh, he got the throw in on me. He's doing me the food blender or whatever it's called. Going to go one of him and him too. Get a quick kick in. Oh, he ducked. That's the problem with the bow. The bow is problematic because the bow... Oh, you got a good hit in. And there we go. We got a throw. That's not a bad throw. And... Go for the... Oh, he got... Oh, what the heck is... You see, what the hell is even that? What if... Oh, boo. Okay, we're back to Voldo and we've got full health. We've defeated the first two without too much of a problem. Let's see if we can get Voldo off the edge as well. Right, Voldo. Oh, that's knocking him back towards the middle. That's the wrong way. Oh, no, the paralysis is bad, mind. And off he goes. Beautiful. I've jumped in after him, but that doesn't matter. That's still a win. Alright, one more to go. I'm pretty sure that's Cervantes in his secondary I'm a ghost sort of costume. Because Cervantes is an undead pirate, though depending on what gear he's wearing, he sort of changes his mind a little bit. Right, he's quite tricky mind. And, oh, blimey, he does that as well. Right, we'll get a throw in on him. Go. There we go. Get a couple stabs in. He's tough, mind. We've got another throw. This is working well. Oh, yeah, and get a kick in. Kick him. Kick him. Oh, no, 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 that's a bad place to be. Bad, no! Boo! Okay, back to Cervantes. This time looking a bit less dead, but he's called Alfred officially, which is less threatening than Cervantes. Go for the throw. Go for the throw. Just go for the throw. And... Go. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, dear. Oh, no. No, not the throw, not the throw, not the throw, not the throw. Okay, go for the throw again. Go for the throw. Oh, we've knocked him further inland. That's the last thing I wanted to do. But this one might be better. Yes! Ring out! Ha ha! Yes! And that'll unlock Cervantes. Yeah. I went for the cheap ending there because he's tough. But, oh, yes. There we are. We've unlocked Cervantes, the undead pirate, and Ivy's father, I believe. And the road to the new area, Mizar, not the Jet Force Gemini villain, in fact, has been unlocked. So there we are. That's, I think, about like the halfway in the game. There's technically like 10 areas, I think, but you can basically skip over to 8. So we've done about like maybe half of it. Probably a little bit less because like some of the later areas have more stuff in them. Chapter 4. The first game. Yeah, they make a really big deal about it, by the way. This game takes itself very, very seriously. So you can see there that obviously, though we kind of got a choice of ways we can go, over on the far right there, we will have to pass through a gate where there's a bit of a sub-boss. But there we are, ladies and gentlemen, that is Soul Calibur 2. An excellent little game, albeit one that, you know, is kept off the peaks of greatness by just how easy it is to manipulate it, quite frankly. It's just kept a little bit, the throws are a little bit ridiculous. And the dungeons are a lovely touch. It came up with some really interesting ideas for how to do a single player, with a proper story mode and proper context for all the fights. and, you know, the dungeons are actually a really good idea. And different rule sets, you know, sometimes throws are much more powerful, sometimes there's wind, so, you know, sometimes you've got to ring out. I just like it. I think it's a really nice little idea for how to do the single player of a fighting game. And I think the single player is often the weakest bit of fighting games, but this game's got a really, really fun, interesting one. So yes, Soul Calibur 2. Utter classic. Not quite Super Smash Bros. 64, but I would still count it as one of my favourite fighting games of all time. So, more GameCube stuff coming up, by the way, because someone gave me a big Amazon voucher for Christmas, and I've just converted it into buying a load of retro games on Amazon. So, loads of really fun retro stuff. I think some of it you are going to absolutely bloody love coming over the coming weeks. And in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been the really rather good fun Soul Calibur 2. Thank you very much, and goodbye. I've got plans. This is my plan. International Peacekeeping Force. I'm here to bring peace. It's a tsunami of monkeys. This is literally a tidal wave of monkeys. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't be here. Don't be standing here. Okay. Oh, you want more peace? Here, have some more. Have some more.